hate puppies. It's good podcast.
I feel threatened.
Little extra bass groove there, Troy. I dig it.
Love that jam.
What's going on, everybody?
Sorry, I'm just getting into
I was
the
going to
song.
let you go. That's what Taylor wants to hear. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House. This is, well, it's the week after Father's Day, but it's 2 weeks after Father's Day to y'all.
Yeah. Breaking the fourth wall.
Well, timing doesn't matter sometimes in there. Things just kind of go at their own pace around here. So, either way, welcome back, everybody. Glad you guys are here. And hope you're out there spreading the word. I know I've said it a million times before. If you hadn't had a chance, go out and Cincinnati swap somebody.
Yeah, we don't have a marketing budget.
We do not have a marketing
It's
budget.
word of mouth.
In fact, you are the marketing budget.
Yeah.
I just learned what Cincinnati Swap is. Can you explain to everyone else who may not know?
So it's basically when you just grab somebody's phone, open up their podcast app, search for Inside the Pallet House, and hit the old subscribe button.
I love it when people are like, and how do you find this? I'm like, you have an app on your phone right there. That people don't even realize it. See that purple button you scroll past 100 times a day? That's it.
Oh, I never saw that before.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you got the $800 phone.
Would I find Cincinnati Swap right before Cleveland Steamer in Urban Dictionary?
Nope.
Not yet. Not yet.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
JR is back with us this week. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely, man. Always good to have you here. Last week,
I had a blast last week. That was a lot of fun.
I think it was pretty interesting just letting people understand kind of what you have seen and what it
what
means.
Brendan has seen. Oh, my God. We got
Once you
twisted.
see, you can't unsee.
We got sideways so fast.
We're going back there right away.
No, let's
No,
go back
oh,
to the
you are.
intro
I'm
music.
only going back to there because we went so far off the rails so quickly. We totally forgot to talk about the fact that
Everything.
it was Father's Day
Could well have
the
been
day
my
before.
fault. That was my fault. Rookie mistake.
No,
No.
it's a veteran mistake.
It's on us. I mean, thanks for jumping on that grenade, but that's on us. We're supposed to be steering this ship.
That is so Special Forces of them to
Yeah.
just go at that
Yep.
grenade for us. You, sir, are a hero.
Yeah.
We certainly do appreciate your willingness to jump on that grenade.
So how was everyone's Father's Day?
Dude, I had a blast. In fact,
What'd you do?
I know what y'all did because
Oh, yeah. We were together.
were there. JR, did you do anything for Father's Day this year?
I did not. It was a somewhat melancholy Father's Day.
Oh, I don't like that. That's not the
Well, I
adjective
did-
I was looking for.
I didn't get to see either one of my boys. My oldest is in the Army at Fort Hood, but he's on deployment in Europe right now.
Okay.
My youngest just graduated from VMI, and he is at an Army training thing in Fort Knox, Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
So I heard from one via WhatsApp and the other one via text.
So do you like the fact that they kind of took that military path like you did as well? Or is like what are your feelings about that as a dad?
Yeah, I am totally into it. I respect it. I did kind of push it. I mean, the old commercial, the Army is a great way to start.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. I lived it. I experienced it. And I want them to have that experience too, whether they stay in or get out. But paid for their college. It's going to help them out in their career when and if they leave the military. I mean, I think it's an absolutely great way to go.
Okay.
That's cool you went to VMI. I was actually I was hanging out at the pool on Saturday before Father's Day, and a couple of guys had gone to VMI, and a couple of other mutual friends had gone to Hampton-Sydney, and we were talking about how great of schools they were and how, like, it seems to be that, like, if you go to those schools, like, it's like being in a large fraternity where the networking actually pays off down the road. Because when I joined a fraternity in college, I was told, oh, you're going to meet all these people that are in your fraternity and you're going to have job offers, and you're going to have all this stuff, and it never really came to fruition. But I feel like with Hampton-Sydney and VMI, those two schools especially, that actually does work out. And a lot of guys I know that went to those schools knew people through those schools, got jobs through those schools.
It's something like I've never seen. I mean, I've heard stories about how Hampton-Sydney's is, and I've heard it's strong, but VMI's is incredible.
Yeah.
And I've heard, similar stories to yours. Guys were in a fraternity and, went to interview with somebody who graduated from their fraternity, whatever, and it might have given you a little edge.
Yeah, maybe an edge, but not.
VMI is almost, at least for my son's friends that are coming out, I probably have at least a dozen stories that I know of guys who got hired on the phone through a VMI alum.
Yeah.
Never met them, never interviewed.
I mean, because that tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
They know what you've been through or they've been through.
I remember they promised me a few things if I joined the fraternity. The one that really stuck was alcoholism.
And they came through.
Yeah,
they followed through with
We
it.
know that guy's a drunk. We don't want to hire him.
They were like, this will probably stick for the rest of your life. And yeah,
Well, see,
they did it.
I have two boys too, and I'd never thought about like what school they may go to. And then I was like, oh man, I'm definitely going to have to push these schools. And then I really got thinking about it, I was like, yeah, probably not VMI. We're going to have to go into Sydney. I don't think they're tough enough to make it through the VMI.
It's
It
not a joke.
definitely. So both of my sons had difficulty getting through school in the social aspect. Did fine academically and everything else, but my kids are what I would consider very normal kids. Socially, they're very normal kids. So their biggest thing through the school was being isolated from their friends. And, they're on social media and their friends are going to other schools and they're out, partying and doing whatever. But, they were locked up
And
the
you're seeing
whole
it.
freshman year.
It used to be you went to VMI and you knew people were partying, but you weren't witnessing it firsthand on your phone. Now it's like all my friends are off doing awesome things, and I'm back here at VMI getting my
I'm a
ass
rat.
handed to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be hard.
They both made a job of hating it the entire time they were there.
I can see why.
It doesn't matter
Yeah.
because once you graduate, now they've got the fraternity.
Yep.
I mean, that's what it's for. I mean, that's why you do it. Well, it does make you a better man. Like,
Definitely.
in particular, if you're a little immature when you start heading in that direction of college, what better than bust your ass and get you whipped into shape?
Yeah.
I know when I first
and get screamed at every single day for 7 months straight.
Well, then when you get
helps
out
put
and
you
you
in
get a
line.
job and you have some asshole boss, you're like, this is nothing.
True.
Like, I can handle this. I've dealt with this. I've dealt with worse.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Because a lot of millennials and a lot of people actually, they're not used to. They get their first job and the boss doesn't say please and thank you on every instruction. Their feelings get hurt. It's like, yeah, you're
hurt.
at work now. Yeah, butt hurt. Exactly. Yeah.
That's very true because you get a kid from VMI, he's heard it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to worry about upsetting his feelings.
I mean,
Right.
if you just tell them, go work on this project. I need you to go work on this project. Like, some millennial might get hurt, but some guy from VMI is going to be like, yeah, I can do that. Like, I didn't need a please and a thank you, and then, would you mind? Like, I'm just going to do the...
I just
he
appreciate
said
you
that-
didn't yell at me all night.
Exactly.
He said that without saying anything about fucking my sister.
Yeah, like this guy's really
He's
nice.
a professional. I could tell.
It's crazy how they have
He
corporate
always-
trainings for dealing with millennials now. It's
I know.
insane.
I got a buddy who owns a company, and he didn't really want to own a company. He just kind of inadvertently stumbled into the company. They were doing one thing, and they did it well, but then they scored like a side project, and they did it even better. And it was like way out of the scope of what they do. And ultimately, this little turn of events, they turned into a sales company where companies that generate a bunch of leads and have salespeople that follow up on them, all those leads that don't get followed up on kind of get just lost. Well, his company takes those old leads and follows up on them a little bit later when they're cold. And they've developed a way to start calling on these and get the leads to come to fruition and then get them back in the funnel, hand them back off to the company, and they get a commission on that when it closes. So they've built this kind of like niche market. But he's like, the hardest part about what we do is we hire all these like young millennials right out of college because it's a good job for them. They get to just kind of sit in the bullpit. And he's like, the part that I didn't understand, and it was really difficult for me to wrap my head around, was that I have to have rah-rah meetings every morning.
Oh,
we got to
no.
celebrate everything. He's like, I clap all the time now. We do like these fucking like,
I cannot stand that.
Getting huddles every day.
Hate it.
yeah, it's like kumbaya circles.
Yeah.
It's like Joe got a sale, Joe got a sale. It's like they
Oh
get
my
all,
gosh.
But
Oh my God.
he's like, we keep them hyped, we get them going, and he's like, it works. So it's just how we have to motivate them
I mean,
He's
it's
like,
good
and
that
they
he's
kill it.
adapting, but I mean, that's
Yeah,
a
'cause
lot
he's
of
my
calories
age.
burnt.
Yeah, he's my age. So
I
he's
experienced that in the company that I work for, and it drives me nuts. And I wondered if it was just me, but maybe that's it. It's the different generation.
No, it's what motivates them. Whereas, I think you motivate yourself, right? You just
Right.
want to go out and
Kick ass.
At the end of the day, if you can get the sale, then that's your high.
Right.
But their high is not the sale.
Well, I mean,
it's the affirmation.
Exactly.
I think we all
It's
enjoy.
very different.
I think we all enjoy an email that says, "Hey, great job," or when you're walking by the office, "Hey, good work on that project." Like that's enough. I don't need a huddle and a little screaming match and a little
Every
jumping up
day.
and down every day. Like
15 emails saying "woohoo."
yeah, like especially if it's just when you're just doing your job. Like
I
yeah,
haven't done shit yet. I just started this project.
well, it's like, congrats, you did your job. Okay, like if I go above and beyond, that's when I need the email. That's when I need to be recognized for going above and beyond. But if your job is to move cinder blocks and every day you're moving cinder blocks, like you shouldn't be told every day, you're doing great work out there. Like, no, you're just doing your job.
Did everybody see Troy move 10 cinder
Yeah.
blocks today? Let's give him a round of
Yeah.
applause.
Troy rocks.
Fireball carts
Yeah.
coming out.
Exactly. I mean, it's counterproductive, right?
No, but that's the fucked up. It's not. That's
It will
how
be.
you
It
get.
will be.
Well, and Gen Z, if you look at it, they already don't ascribe to a lot of these theories and a lot of this. They're not taking as much of their self-worth from the accolades of the random person on the other end of their Twitter account.
Uh-huh.
They don't seem to need it as much.
Now,
They
is
don't,
that the generation after?
yeah, it's
millennials?
like it's
Okay.
the younger the generation.
When did they start?
Well, before I guess I don't know how you say that, but
This would probably be the kids in junior high right now, and in,
So we're past
in high school.
millennials then.
Yeah, these
at
kids,
least for marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, from a marketing perspective, this is what we're looking at now. Is
these
the Gen
generations
Z.
are getting shorter and shorter in time periods.
I've always been confused by it
Technology,
too
man.
because they all kind of overlap. Like there's no definite like if you were born on this day. Like there's some years that overlap, and sometimes you'll meet people that are like younger and then they act older and they're on a different.
I'm laughing, thinking what I was saying last podcast when I said computerized, and Brendan corrected me and said, no, that would be a
Smart home.
smart.
Yes, it's all good. Don't get hung up on it, Joe. Do we need? Should we just go ahead pause this and give JR a round of
Yeah.
applause, get him back hyped up? Is that what he needs?
He needs a pick me up.
Can I get a woohoo?
This is going great.
See, you're killing it, buddy.
Yeah,
You're
Homer
killing
likes it.
I need a Ric Flair. Give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
There we go. We need a Ric Flair drop.
Yes.
In here. What the fuck? But this started. We were talking about Father's Day. And I know that I actually got to hang with you two,
Yeah.
with Jason and Troy. We had the opportunity to hang out because Fine Creek killed it on the deli.
Yeah,
I mean, killed
best
it.
deli ever.
Unbelievable.
And I didn't bring enough.
And so,
Yeah.
no, but that's why we all just went
We all-
and got more.
We had to go back.
Yeah, we didn't want to just congratulate you and pat you on the back. We just went out and sought out our own. And I thought we had a blast going
Yeah,
out
it was
there,
a good
man.
time.
That was-
Had all of our families out there, so that was nice.
it was
Had some
definitely
listeners
cool.
out there.
We did. That was interesting.
Yeah,
And then had there was a band out there.
there was a
Did
band.
you catch the band?
Yeah.
How
So-
do you know they were listeners? Did you have something set up there?
No, we
Well-
just ran into some listeners.
A couple of them I had Cincinnati swapped. So so
bingo.
Yeah.
by default, listeners, if you will.
You guys have a big following.
We have a
We
following.
like to think so.
Big's a relative term. But there was a band out there that I know we got a lot of listeners from Radford, and there was a band out there called Dalton Dash, and they were playing like I don't know how to describe it as bluegrass, or folk
but they
or-
would kind of add like a bluegrass twist to like even pop songs and stuff.
But
right?
they definitely had poppy songs too that just had like the extra stuff in there.
But they had a giant stand-up bass player.
Yeah.
You know, a couple acoustic guitars.
And I was like, hey, these guys went to Radford and they called themselves
Drums.
Dalton Dash. And I was like, huh. So after the show, I was able to catch up with one of the guys and I asked him, what's the Dalton Dash? And if everyone who went to college, you had your food court, and ours at Radford was Dalton Dining Hall.
Oh, I thought it was a reference to Roadhouse.
Boom. I was thinking the same thing. Wow. Great minds, huh?
So I asked him, I was like, oh, the Dalton Dash. I was like, because it was going to close at like 2 o'clock. You had to like haul ass to get over there. And he's like, nah, it's because every time someone come visit us from out of town, they would eat at Dalton, and then they'd have to run out back to the dorm and shit their brains out.
Dude, you're kidding me.
It's a poop reference. I was like, you guys should listen to the show.
Dude, so at VCU, the fraternity, we would do a night where we did now I'm having a brain fart. Where you give somebody questions and they have to like trace it down, figure
scavenger hunt.
Scavenger hunt,
Boom.
yes. And one of them was
JR's killing it.
You go here to get your PhD. This is the building you go to get your PhD. So our dining hall was called Hibbs. And
HIV?
PhD.
Hibbs.
It's Hibbs. Hibbs.
Oh, okay, because I was going to not sign up
Yeah.
for the dining plan. I was like, I don't know.
That's a bad name for a dining room.
You have to
No,
go in
it's
there
like-
wearing a condom.
No shit. Be like, oh, you guys go to Hibbs? No. I never went to Hibbs. Of course not.
My girlfriend gave it to me.
Oh, my God.
No, but so
You guys been over to Crabs? You should try syphilis today. They got amazing meatloaf. No, I'm not going to Hibbs. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Troy. You were saying
so
something?
anyway, it took all the pledges a while to piece it together. But once you're in school long enough to know you, every time you went to Hibbs, you got your PhD, you got your post Hibbs dump. Same thing.
Yeah, I mean that's what killed Queen.
I gotta say, it's not as catchy as the Dalton Dash.
I am blown away. Every time you say it,
Hibbs.
it sounds like Hibbs.
Hibbs.
I
It
can't-
does.
You can't eat at Hibbs. You just can't.
No.
Like, you guys want to go to Scabies?
So is that like a meal plan? Is that like a
Is it
staple at all colleges? Like
Yeah, I think all colleges, when you have to mass produce food at a relatively cheap price,
Yeah.
you're going to get the runs.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no two ways about it. And I've heard
I love
the
that they
same-
named their
I'm
band
all
after
about
that.
Dalton Dash.
It happens to every university, though. Like, I've never heard anybody be like, oh, never did we get
Yeah.
the runs. No, everybody got them. I'm surprised the freshman 15 is not the freshman 30. They probably put just enough laxative in there to shit most of it out, just so everyone's not completely dumpy and fat. They're like, no. 15 pounds is totally acceptable. 30's crazy.
I tell you though, the universities have up their game. Like all the new dining facilities that they're building around here, like are top notch.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm sure if you went back to Radford,
Oh, they have
It'd be a
sushi
yeah.
and shit now.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, you've got to be kidding me. We had a Mean Gene's Burgers. If you don't know who Mean Gene is, he was the balding dummy in the WWF in the 80s.
Interviewing Hulk
it was
Hogan
literally
and Macho
after
Man.
him.
Yeah, and we had Mean Gene's Burgers. And
Oh,
one
my
time,
gosh.
Mean Gene showed up and did a burger eating contest.
Mean Gene, the
Oh, my
dancing machine
God.
from the Gong Show.
No, Mean Gene, the
Okerlund.
or
something like that.
That's right, the announcer from WWF.
Okay.
Remember him?
I do. Not.
He actually showed up one time and officiated a hamburger eating contest. And
So you named the place after him.
we have a buddy who we'll just call the Parrot, and he was in a contest when he was in there one time, and he's like slamming the burgers, and we didn't realize he'd been cheating the whole time and like stuffing them under his chair and like cramming burgers, and he's like, I won, and like Mean Gene's counting him up. He's like, you've eaten 20 burgers. Then he's like, wait a minute, son.
Oh, he busted him?
Stand up. And like, yeah, I mean,
Oh,
if you're in the
damn.
WWE,
Busted by
WWF,
Mean Gene.
he got busted. Like Mean Gene has seen every dirty trick in the book. You think
Well,
you're
he's
gonna
supposed to roll with it.
Dude, how classic is that guy now? Busted by Mean Gene.
busted by Mean Gene?
Yeah.
Like, what's better? He can put that on his resume.
That's
and one
awesome.
time busted cheating in a hamburger contest by Mean Gene Okerlund himself. Well done, sir. You're hired. Fuck the VMI grad.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
take
better
it.
than that for sure.
But yeah, we had a blast up there, man. We went up there and
It was a good time.
things got out of hand quick though. Like,
They had one IPA. It was
Dad strength.
Dad Strength, and oh my god, I think it was about 9% alcohol.
Yeah,
I had one of those right at the beginning.
yeah,
And I was like, well, I don't think I can drink any more of those. Like,
yeah. I had one.
I had one, and then I went back for the Hell's Lager, and they didn't have it on tap yet. So he was like, "No, we don't have it anymore." So I was like, "All right, well, I'll just go for the
So,
12-ounce Dad
I
Strength."
walked up right after you guys, and I was like, man, I had the Dad strength. I had the Hell's Lager. And y'all had told me they didn't have any more Hell's Lager, so I get up there, and of course it was raced off the dry erase board or whatever. They were writing it on the tiles. And the guy goes, "Oh, yeah, we still have the Hell's Lager." And I was like, "Huh? It's not up there." He goes, "Yeah, somebody erased the wrong thing."
Beautiful.
I was
Damn
like,
it.
"Give me that."
And that was right after I went up there.
We practiced what we preached. We all said it one.
I
We
wa-
all carried our ass up there and we ate them.
In my heart, I wanted
Drank
to believe that we were the reason they sold out.
That's
Hell's
right.
Lager.
So
I
when did
believe
they become a brewery as opposed to what they were before?
So the brewery's only been there about a year and a half.
Okay, I didn't know
So-
it'd been there that long.
Yeah, it's been there a little while, but yeah,
Not very long. Yeah.
They're like taking over. Like they're doing it all out there now. Like it's a
they
commune.
really are. It's amazing. And so it's funny because I knew they had this little like provisional store there. And
Yeah, y'all went over there, right? I didn't get a chance to go over there.
Well, so I wanted to, my wife was like, "What do you want for Father's Day?"
I
And I
had
was
provisions. I think alcohol.
like, "Yes."
Libations.
Yeah.
So I was like, "I want pesto pasta. We're growing all this basil." I was like, "Let's do pesto pasta. Get some chicken going." Like, sounded great, right? So she comes home from the store, and she got this pasta, and I'm reading it, and it's fucking brown rice and quinoa pasta.
Huh?
That's not pasta.
No.
That's not even close to pasta. Yes,
No.
it's whole grains, but you want to talk about Dalton Dash.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
have
I was
some-
going to say that would make you use the bidet.
Absolutely. There is more fiber in that than I ever would want. And so I'm like, damn it. She got brown rice and quinoa pasta. This is not what I'm looking for.
Cardboard flavor.
So I was kind of bummed out. I was like, son of a bitch. And so I was like, I got to find pasta.
Way to look out for me, honey.
And she's looking out. Like,
Yeah.
She's trying to be healthy, but on Father's Day, the last thing I want is healthy. I'm gonna drink.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink 17 beers.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna eat some real pasta.
And
Yeah.
some grease.
And so I figured, you know what? They got this provision store just around the bend here that I can walk to. So I went walking down to the store, and I walk in there, and I'm like, it's gonna sound a little odd. And I'm like looking around. It's all like tchotchke bullshit. And
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And I'm like, I'm looking for pasta. She was like, it's funny you say that. We've got this pasta we brought in from Italy. She's like, it's blue, which is weird, but she's like, it's really, really gourmet, like high-end pasta. And the shit was like $8 for some
A
pasta
bag or
This
something.
is at the provision store.
at the
right?
provision store.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in my mind, I'm not a Price is Right winner. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be on Price is Right. Like, unless everybody exorbitantly overbid and I can go $1, I'm fucked.
Yeah, I don't know the
Like,
price
I'm not
of stuff
gonna-
either.
so
yeah.
I'm
So
like-
$8 sounded good to you.
I was like, $8. Hell yeah! Look at this.
Yeah.
This is a good deal. I'm going to buy this blue pasta. So then she's like, "Hey, do you like to taste wine?" And I'm like,
No.
"Let's saddle up.
Yeah.
I like where this is going, lady." So I go up there, and she's like, she pours me a glass, like not a tasting, like pours me a glass of wine. So I'm like, "Well, fuck
Don't
yeah.
mind if I do.
Let's kick back." So I'm sitting
I'll
there.
give you $10 for the pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and in my mind, I'm like now falling in love, right? I'm like, I love this store. I love all the tchotchke stuff. I love the wine.
You're a
And
few
I'm-
dad strength in it now.
Yeah,
at this
like
point.
I was already drunk when I got there, and then she.
Brendan's like, how much am I going to tip this lady? Oh, my God, it's going to be so much.
Funny that we'll get to that.
You gave her a bag of pasta.
No, so the pasta was mine. It's very important that I came home with the pasta, and then I drank a glass of wine, and she's like, "You want another?" I'm like, "This is
Quote
not-
unquote tasters?
Yeah, but she filled a whole
Yeah,
glass
but
up.
I mean, she's not charging you for
No,
this.
no, she's just getting me drunk, and I'm like, "This is great."
I like you.
I really was.
She hooked you up with the pasta.
It's like you're
and then wine.
you're cool. I like you a lot. And so now I'm drinking my second glass of wine, and I guess my face must have gone kind of glossy because she's starting to look at me a little funny. And then I notice all these baskets, like I don't know why, but I pick up on all these wicker baskets like above her, and I'm like, those look like some super high end baskets. I bet those cost a fortune, don't they? And she's like, we actually leave these out for people when they come and stay with us. We put their breakfast in it and bring them to them.
Yeah, because they have, we didn't talk about it, they have, I don't even know, 20 cabins maybe?
yeah,
Like standalone cabins of varying sizes. They look amazing, and they're brand new.
yeah.
Like little mini
Yeah, like tiny
craftsman
homes.
houses
Yeah,
or something. Yeah.
little bungalows.
So I'm on the other side of the cabins. I'm in the provisional store. I'm
Yeah.
now super hammered, and we're talking baskets and sipping wine. This is not my finest moment. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, those look really expensive. There's some handmade wicker up there. And she's like, we actually sell those baskets. And in my mind, I'm like, yes. I'm like,
Sucker.
oh, you got to be kidding me. And again, I go, they're probably pretty expensive. She goes, they're only $30.
Cha-ching.
Now again, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my
Only?
God, the
Only.
pasta's only $8. The baskets are only $30. She's plying me full of wine.
Yeah.
It's like,
You've got $2 worth of wine in you.
so I was like,
She gave you $16 worth of wine and probably made a profit with everything she sold you.
She gave
She
you
killed
$2 worth of wine that she could have sold you for $16.
so then I'm like, well, if you got the baskets for sale, I was like, where are they? She's like, look around the corner. So I go around, and like the baskets that were up there were all like leather and manly.
Yeah.
Like the ones up here have like the liner inside with the red and
Ah.
white checkers, like the picnic
Bait and
basket.
Yeah.
switch, the old bait and switch. She
Little
was trying
bait
to
and
get you drunk.
I was like, that is a very masculine basket.
What is
now
that
I'm
called? That's a pattern. What's that pattern called? Anyway.
I
go
just
ahead.
call it like the old country
A
table,
masculine
you know.
picnic basket. I'm
No, it's
It
not
was.
that.
It was wood and leather. Damn it, and wicker. And and so now I'm holding this basket with like the red and white checkers. It's still got the wicker and the leather and the wooden top. And I was like, $30. I mean, this is a really good deal. And so now I've got a basket, and I'm like, I'm buying the basket, and I'm buying this pasta. And I was like, and I need a bottle of that wine. So now I've bought a bottle of wine, a damn basket, a thing of pasta. And then as this is going down, she's like, Are you driving, sir?
Whoa.
That's what she said. And I was like, no, it's Father's Day. My wife has to drive. And she's like, okay.
Good. Let me show you these cars for sale in the parking lot.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want a Lexus? Well, it's a Toyota, but it's a Lexus price.
She got you, man. She gave you 2 free glasses of wine, and they made a 40% profit on whatever they sold,
And then,
if not more.
then she hands me the iPad, right? And like she swipes my card.
This is where Brendan
there's
really
a tip
shines.
section.
This is when he really
It's got
comes through.
It's got 10, 15, 20%
Or none.
or custom tip.
custom, always custom.
And so I'm like, ooh, a tip section. And I say it with an excited because I'm like, here's my opportunity to really buy nothing. You know?
Security, please.
Yeah. So I'm like, ooh, a tip section. And she goes, truth be told, they don't give me any of the tips.
Really?
So she said, she goes, I wouldn't do it because they just pocket it. They don't even.
So you wrote her a check.
So I just
Where-
paid her.
where
You
else are
broke
going
out
with
cash.
Yeah, I just started throwing, just
Yeah.
making it rain up in there. No, so it was one of the first times in forever that I felt perfectly fine not tipping. I was like,
I can't believe you didn't tip that lady.
I did not.
You didn't have any cash to tip her.
I had over $100 cash in my pocket. I didn't give her any of it.
Wow.
It was
Because-
that when,
My girlfriend would have killed me
if you tipped or bought a basket.
if I did not tip.
Well,
She's a big tipper.
I always tip. I'm like exorbitant tipper. And when she said that they were taking it,
That's not right.
it kind of just it rubbed me in a way that I was like, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm not tipping. And so I was like, thank you for being honest. And then I walk out and I'm so proud. You know, it's Father's Day and I now have a new baby. And it's a basket with wine
Blue pasta.
and blue pasta.
yeah, Father's Day, yeah.
I come walking back in with my buddy who's got a Yeti cooler around his shoulder, and I've got my wicker basket with red and white check.
What's up, Fruit Cup?
Yeah.
Well, you skip along.
And I come walking in, and I'm like, and you know, in my mind, all I'm thinking is my wife's going to be over the moon when she sees the great wine I bought her and this fantastic picnic basket. You know, I'm thinking
Hero.
she could, yeah. And like in these moments when I'm making
And it's
these,
Father's Day.
yes,
And you got it for her.
I'm thinking to myself, what a fucking hero.
Yes, you are.
This is going to go over amazingly well.
I need lessons from you.
Well, then you need a woman who's not my wife because I walked in and I'm like, look at this picnic basket. And she's like, we have a picnic basket in the garage that's been sitting there for 10 years and you've never taken it out. What the fuck are we going to do with another
no.
picnic basket? And I'm like, but this one's got leather and a wooden top and it's a really good deal. It's wicker.
And I got 2 glasses of wine for free.
Yeah, and she's like, we don't need another picnic basket. Like this is great. And I'm like,
Did you
oh my God,
mention
I'm
the-
in trouble now.
Did you
Like,
mention the blue pasta?
Gingham's the
Look what's
pattern.
inside.
Yes, it is gingham. Very nice.
I had to look it up. It was driving me crazy.
So then I was like, well, I did get a bottle of wine. She was like, okay, that's good.
I'm back
She
in.
was like, so you're telling me they have wine down there? And I'm like, yep. Boop, gone. She and another girl just left, went and started drinking wine.
So now you have a collection of picnic baskets.
I didn't even know we had another picnic basket.
Which one did I see in the back of the bike out there?
My new picnic
That's
basket.
the new one? Okay.
Yeah. But apparently,
Real nice. Real nice.
On his motorcycle?
No.
it's just I thought I was doing something that was going to win me points, and ultimately I somehow managed to lose points. And then when I get home and I'm making the pasta, the kids are like, "It's blue, it's gross." And my wife keeps going, "Yeah, it's because they dye it." And the kids are like, "Dye, it'll kill you." And she's like feeding into it. She's like, "Yeah, dye's not good for you." And I'm like, "It's not. It's fine."
Honey, it's upper end, and it doesn't have quinoa in it.
Thank you.
From Italy.
Yeah.
Come on.
From Italy.
Yeah.
So I was all fired up.
Pennsylvania.
I thought I was doing a good thing. I ended up scoring dick stick for points, getting this picnic basket, which apparently we already have one exactly like it, which is probably why I
You sure
like
had
it.
fun buying it, though.
I had a blast. And when I walked out of there, I was like, I got a bag of pasta, a bottle of wine, and a picnic basket for under $50. I was like, I feel like I stole this.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You're the dumbest dude I know."
No
so
tip.
So in my mind, I just started thinking, it's at least worth $50 for that bottle of wine.
Wait,
That's
wait.
how I'm justifying it.
You
to
spent
myself.
$8 on the pasta and $30 on the basket, and you think you stole it?
Yeah, I think I got a good deal.
And a bottle of wine.
Because the wine was like $10. Boom, boom.
I can get a box of pasta at Kroger's for $1.29.
Sounds like it's white.
Sounds like not blue.
All right, I'll go upper end at Kroger's and spend $2.69,
Shut up. Really?
and you spent $8.
But it's from Italy.
Okay, I'm blue. I'm exaggerating for the air. It was $7.50. After tax, I'm sure it was.
It's so funny. It's so funny you didn't tip because you had gone inside to get a beer or something earlier while we were sitting around that little campfire area, and somebody had me tell the story of why I don't use the driver company that I don't use anymore. We won't say their name.
Uber.
Yeah, that one. And I said, have you ever been in an Uber or gone anywhere with Brendan? Because he's the absolute worst. I'm like, we're riding out there, and he's telling the driver that I don't tip for shit, and he tips all the time, and he's breaking out $20 bills, sliding them off to people left and right. I was like, he makes you look and feel like a total asshole. Doesn't even give you a chance to tip. He's all right. And they're like, well, at least he's tipping so you don't have to. I'm like, yeah, you would think that's good, except he makes you look like an idiot before it even comes around. I was like, he tips everybody, everything, and then you don't tip.
She said she wasn't going to get the tip.
Yeah.
Wait, why don't you use Uber anymore?
Oh, I do.
Oh, I don't.
He doesn't like it.
It's a long story. The listeners have heard it many times.
Okay.
He thinks
I'll
they
have to tell
bend
you
you
off
over, and he's not wrong. They're definitely they're shady.
They're shady. They stuck me for $20, which happens a lot.
Troy doesn't let things slide.
Was it
Yeah.
a $20 ride?
It was a $26 ride, and they hit me for $46.
Today
Yeah.
I was doing my expenses for my company, and like I'm looking through all like my Uber receipts when I'm like traveling, and I found a couple that were like $15 tips on $15 rides, and I'm like, if they fucking audit me, I'm screwed. Like I can't be doing that stuff.
This guy's a generous super.
Yeah, there's no way to like validate that to the boss. Like,
Because they break it out. So it's
Yeah.
like it shows one Uber charge and then the other Uber charge. So it's like, how'd you do a 15 and a 15 at the exact same moment in time? It's like, it's funny.
I forgot something. I had to go back.
Yeah, exactly.
I was right on top. My left leg was
Yeah.
on this car. My right one is on this one.
I just got in an Uber and just drove around town for a while. Never even went anywhere.
Brutal. Brutal.
So we all had fun out there. Did
Yes.
you get any cool gifts or?
I got some Chris Stapleton tickets. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm going to go
Nice.
see him. But outside of that, a lot of like drawings.
Yeah.
Things
Yeah,
like
paper
that.
plate with
I got a
drawings.
paper
That
plate.
paper plate was pretty
I got a
dope.
paper plate with like a picture of what I presume is me
Yeah.
or the child's real father. I don't know.
Or
with a
some
picnic
other man
basket.
or some.
And over the top it says Happy F Day. And I was like,
Yeah.
that is the greatest plate I've ever seen. And I just presented it to my wife like it was a free ticket. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
like you get one free kiss.
That's
you know,
right.
One free car wash. I
Get
was
a
like,
free F on
I was
free
like,
F day.
look at this. Happy F Day.
It's gonna happen,
She was super psyched.
like always.
It
right?
is F Day.
Cha-ching!
We're going to call it for F Day from now on.
I cashed that thing in immediately. It was like from the child's hand, completely innocent,
Yep.
turned perverted, handed to the
Yep.
left.
That's how it works.
Kids going to bed. Let's go.
Yep, exactly. Everyone in bed, it's F day. It wouldn't have been F day anyway. That wine caught me.
Too much. Too
It
much
was a
free
good
wine.
time, though.
Yeah.
It was definitely
a good time.
So I got something else I want to talk about. Before we go into it, I would love to try. I have a very, very interesting deli that I picked up. This could go over like a lead balloon. This is going to be interesting.
Okay.
I'm very excited.
We're the guinea pigs, huh?
I got to ask this. What are you calling a deli?
So the deli is, does Ely like it? Now, Ely's typically the third mic. He's usually around here telling us how he hates puppies. And Ely hates hoppy beers and doesn't really like a lot of beers. So we just refer to this contest as the deli contest.
Gotcha.
And it's, we don't win a lot of delis when he's here. When we're here, we're a lot more forgiving. But this one,
You said deli, and all I could think was cold cuts and cheese.
that sounds awesome right now.
Well, if you say deli, you can think of it.
This is the Rogue Cold Brew 2.0 Blonde Ale, blended with cold brew coffee. Ooh, a coffee beer. Yeah,
So did
cold
you,
brew.
while you're handing those out, did you get anything for Father's Day?
Yeah, I had a pretty good. My kids got me some stuff. You'll notice this really cool necklace that my 8-year-old made for me.
The Flavor Flav bling, I see that.
Yeah. It says
It's a digital clock.
Says
No, but
ITPH on it.
Which is pretty dope, dude.
He whenever he draws or does anything, he puts ITPH on it. He thinks it's the coolest thing ever that I do a podcast.
Has he
So-
listened to it?
Yeah, he's every week.
It's not
His
good.
big
Oh, God.
He's
Not
never
good.
listened to 1 second of it.
never knew you, Dad.
My name's not Joe Rogan.
The wife made me a great dinner, made all the food I like. But the big gift was she got me she heard us talking because she is a listener. She got me the 23andMe DNA thing with
Shut up.
the health thing, so it'll tell you like you're probably gonna have cancer at some point or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think you need a DNA test to tell you that. But so you're doing it?
Well,
Will you wait for me to get one?
yeah, we talked about it. Jason recently talked about it, and I know we've talked about it on the air about you wanting to do it. So I will wait for you if you are interested in doing it. We can do
Like
it on
revealing
air.
the results.
Yeah.
How do you do that? What do they take from you?
You spit. Well, I haven't opened it, but it looks like you spit in a vial. Jason just did the
I actually
Ancestry
did
one.
it today. You literally spit in a vial to a line, and then it has like a little has a cap you screw on the top that has like a blue solution in it. That once you screw it on, like tight enough, it actually releases into it, and you just shake it up, and then you put it in a little bag and send it off. And that's kind
Mail it off.
But before that, I had already started like building the family tree and stuff like that. I did mine through Ancestry, but it's a little different. You know, you don't get the whole health profile and stuff like that. But you can see the death records and see what everybody died of. So I mean, I guess you can have an idea. I found gunshot wound at 35, and I found that out. And
That's hereditary.
yeah,
That is.
Yeah,
Lead
exactly.
poison.
Exactly, lead poisoning. So yeah,
Yeah,
But-
so there's different levels. My wife, you can buy the one that's just your, find out what part of Europe you're from and all that stuff, and then you can get the one my wife got me has the one that like figures out your health issues because I don't know a lot about my family history, so I thought it'd be cool to know that stuff and or scary. So yeah, if you want to do it, man, I'm down for waiting.
Yeah, I would like to do it. I don't know. Does it matter if I do 23andMe or Ancestry?
I mean, mine is Ancestry. I don't think it would matter. I think they.
Yours is 23andMe.
Yeah.
I did Ancestry. They had like a Father's Day thing. It was like half the price or something. So I was like, all
You are not the father.
right. dude, my mother-in-law, her best friend did this and found out that her dad was not her actual dad. Like that kind of shit happens. So
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah,
That's
you find some interesting things out.
Yeah. We talked off air. We'll continue that conversation off
Yes,
air.
yes,
I don't want to bring that one up
yes.
here.
Neither do I.
But I think
yes.
things do get revealed through those.
I'm just trying to I'm excited to know if I'm like more eggshell or more alabaster. Like I know I'm white. I just got to figure out which version of it.
I gotta believe that there's all kinds of weird shit.
I'm gonna be
in
so
my past.
disappointed. I hope not. I hope there's some cool ethnicity in there that I don't know
I
about.
hope you got something. If you just find out you're from Mechanicsville,
It's sad. It's
I'm gonna be
sad.
very disappointed in your entire family. Like they just crawled out from under
You
a
and me
rock
both.
in
Well,
Mechanicsville.
that's why I got my wife, man. My kids don't have to worry about that shit.
That's right. You definitely mixed it up.
They got some cool stuff going on.
I dig it. Speaking of interesting stuff, I'm gonna hand this one over to JR because I'm dying to hear what people think of this beer. This is, to go ahead and put it back out there, this is Rogue Brewing Company, famous for your dead guy ales and things like that. Arrogant bastard. This one's called Cold Brew 2.0. It's a blonde ale blended with cold brew coffee. And it was supposed to be kind of a hoppy profile with coffee going on. So I was like, you know what? Let's give it a try. Let's see what this is. It just jumped out at me as something really odd.
That Ely would hate.
I will give you that.
So a lot of beers, I think, it's a personal taste on what you like, what you don't like, what aspects of it. I said in the last podcast, I'm just not a big fan of dark beers. This has a dark beer taste to me. I mean, definitely
Yes.
taste the chocolate or the coffee and a little bit of chocolate as well. To me, it's just, I don't know. I don't, it's not my kind of beer.
So 1 to 5?
0 to 5.
1.
One.
You can go 0. You can go 0.5.
I would never get this beer again.
There you go. There you go. The Rogue 2.0 is not even getting a...
I mean, but if you like a coffee type beer and a darker chocolatey type beer, it might be your thing.
The Rogue fails the Joe Rogan test. So
Yeah.
I did that. That was pretty awesome.
Rogan.
Rogan,
I
man.
see what you did
Roads,
there.
man. It's cool.
So cool.
Jason,
Oh, my
go for it.
gosh.
What do you got there?
Oh man, well I'm typically not a coffee drinker, period. So I gravitate towards like the energy drinks. So for me, I probably give it a. I mean, it doesn't taste bad. I like the chocolatey aspect of it because I love some damn chocolate. But I give it a 2. I give it a 2.0 for the 2.0.
There you go.
Well done. Well done. Good tie-in. You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
This beer sucks my balls. I'm out.
Whoa.
I was trying to be nice about it. All right,
Wow.
I mean, it's got all those coffee flavors on
Yeah.
the front end. It's you can tell that the beer behind it is not a dark beer. All that
Yeah.
heaviness is coming from the chocolate. From the coffee.
Yeah.
It gets a lot of chocolate notes. JR
Yeah.
hit on it. It's got a lot of chocolate notes. It's definitely got a lot of coffee. If you're a big time coffee drinker, you may like this, but I'm a big time coffee drinker. I drink my coffee black. I love the taste of coffee. It's the chocolate that's coming through
Yeah.
that's too sweet for me. I don't like that sweetness that they've done to this. I think they fucked this beer up. I'm going to give it a 1.5.
Wow, we got a
Wow.
1.5,
Okay.
a 2, and
I was trying
a
to be
1.
nice. Or
Well,
as
yeah, but see, I've been doing this for 3 years.
I was being-
I'm allowed
yeah.
to say whatever the fuck I want about
I was
these
being
beers.
computerized, you were being smart.
There you
Wow.
go. I'm just honest about how I feel about these, and this is a beer I'll never drink again. I mean,
Well, I was curious from a coffee drinker's perspective. Like I would think
Love
a coffee
coffee.
drinker would love this.
but it's the if you handed me a cup of coffee and it tasted chocolatey, I would not like that coffee. That's what they did here. They have filled it with.
That's the one thing that makes
But
me
most-
actually like it.
Most,
The
most
chocolate.
people who drink coffee do like flavors in their coffee.
Yeah, I think so.
Like not
But
pure
this
sugar
is-
and whipped cream. And
This is
yeah,
so
caramel mocha, latte,
This
blah
is
blah
so
blah.
Cream.
sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's sticky sweet in the back. It's down to a 1.
So
Going the wrong
it's
way.
going.
we got a 2,
I'm with JR.
a 1, and a 1.
I'm with JR.
Well, you guys are totally wrong because this is delicious.
Oh!
See, like
this
I
is
said, there
amazing.
may be some people who that's their thing.
This is amazing. And actually, if you had a cup right now that was just full of ice and you poured it right over it, it'd be like drinking an iced coffee. Like, I don't even taste beer in this thing. It tastes like a
does.
mocha coffee to me. Like,
But it's the mocha coffee.
it is. I mean, you're right. It's sweet, and I like sugar and cream in my coffee. So for me, it's delicious. This is just like drinking an iced coffee from any coffee house to me. Like,
I
there's
wonder
no
if
beer.
it has caffeine in it.
That's what I was looking. Yeah,
Because it's so coffee
Yeah.
that, like, I gotta believe there's caffeine in there.
I feel like I feel it. Now, usually
I
don't-
do
that's
feel
what
a little-
worries me. I'm not gonna
I
be
know.
able to
I
sleep
feel a
now.
little jacked up.
I feel it.
Starbucks should come out with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5.6 alcohol by volume.
And you know what? Like, I'm kind of want to save one for Ely because I think he likes coffee, and he might. I mean, I know he's a black coffee drinker, but he might actually like that. It's a poop.
It's hard for me to
give
swallow. I don't
give
like
this a 4.
Damn.
Yeah,
If you add up all the others,
that's 4.
It's a 4.
Yeah. But this is probably the
Means it's
biggest
great.
difference we've ever had in any of our delis because we all kind of fall.
No, I'm
along
actually
the line.
glad
I
to hear
usually
that.
I usually get a mocha when I go to Starbucks. I don't go to Starbucks very often. I don't know if that topic's ever come up, but I find it hard paying that much for a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
It's come
that's
up.
But I like the mocha, and more often than not, I'll get down to like the last third of the cup, and I'll leave it sit till it's cold, and I'll drink it. That's what it tastes like. This beer tastes like.
It really is. It's
Yeah.
all that syrupy
That's
coffee.
a good description, huh?
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
I'm telling you, pour this right over ice. I bet it's delicious.
I bet it's probably better on ice.
Wonder what the 1.0 tasted like.
This is a 2.0 version.
If this is the upgrade,
Yeah.
then I question the asshole who greenlit the second round. Not a real big fan. And the fact that they didn't just call it the cold brew again means one was so bad.
But it's revolutionary. It says it on the can.
Oh, and what revolution does that remind you of? Because that looks pretty fucking communist.
It actually does. The star with
Yeah, it may as well just be a fucking sickle on there. I mean, it's some fucking Russian stuff right there, man. This beer, you know what? It's communist. We're going 0.5.
Oh, damn.
0.
Got
It's just
0,
gonna-
a 0.5.
It's going to keep going down. The one thing I will give it makes me feel really good because I think it's got
all
some,
you fucks are loopy now, so something's going on here.
no, because I think it's got uppers in it. I
That's
think
why
there's-
people drink coffee.
I think there's caffeine in it. And
I definitely feel it, yeah.
Yeah.
just call it the
I
Belushi.
think it's delicious.
Yeah,
I'll drink the other two.
Yeah. You guys tried that new Speedball 2.0 from
Yeah.
Rogue?
I tasted off my mustache.
There you go.
I don't like that.
That was just one of those copies. Get that drop.
That drop would come in handy on the regular.
That is interesting right there. So, all right. Speaking of horrible coffee, not the best segue I've ever had. Speaking of good coffee, I leave
This
for,
beer is amazing.
it
That's where you're going?
Yes, if you
feels
want
good.
coffee.
Trying to find pasta.
Blue pasta.
That's good.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It tastes like my
You're
teeth
getting
are
ready to,
rotting
you're
out.
getting ready to
Dude,
go
I
eat
leave
some
for,
blue pasta.
I leave for Italy in days.
Okay,
Nice.
back up just for a second. You talked about the blue pasta. Did you ever eat the blue pasta? Have you eaten it yet?
It was fantastic.
Really?
The kids hate
I
it.
loved it. No, it was screwed up.
Worth all $7.50.
In my mind, it's worth the $50.
Yeah.
The pasta, when it comes out of the water, is gray.
Ooh, so it doesn't look appetizing.
To me,
It washed all the blue out.
It's like
never,
a squid.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like,
To you, it didn't change colors.
yeah, squid pasta is usually in like a gray ass, gloomy looking pasta, and it was gray because then the girls were like, "Oh God, now it's gray," and I'm like, it doesn't look any different to me than when it went in. Just
Yeah.
eat the fucking pasta. It was fantastic. It was really good pasta.
You're just going to cover it in tomato sauce anyway.
So I leave for Italy in just a few days, and I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a lot excited. I hate language barriers. Cannot stand it.
Who all's going?
Just my wife and I.
Oh, nice.
So it's going to be just the two of us.
And sexy time the whole
Just
time.
the two of us.
I think I can go to the most romantic place in the world, and the sexy time will stay status quo. We won't get into it too much, but
I have been to Italy before. You should be excited. It's awesome.
I cannot wait to get over there. Like I'm over the moon excited. I hate language barriers.
You know, it's
They speak
not
English.
that bad. Yeah, they speak English. I mean, we went to Venice. Venice, they're so used to tourists. Everyone speaks English there, but I mean, it was no problem at all.
Well, we're definitely spending 4 days in the countryside, like out in Tuscany, outside of Florence, and I'm definitely more excited about that. We're going to Rome for the first 3 days.
Wow.
And then I'm catching Pearl Jam on the third night in Rome, so I'm very excited about that. If Eddie Vedder comes out and starts...
There is a language barrier there.
Is it going to be?
Is that Italian he's singing?
Are you near the
Excuse me?
Vatican? Will the Pope
Where-
be there?
We'll be a kilometer from the Vatican, because I'm metric now.
Oh, I noticed. Yes.
1 kilometer.
Brendan can't be there.
or about a half mile.
He's not welcome there.
Apparently, you have to cover your shoulders and your knees in any church in Italy.
Wow.
Like I didn't know that. I found that the other day.
Men and women?
No Budweiser
Men and
tank
women.
tops. Boo.
No tanks and short shorts for you.
I'll be wearing my dong sarong in Livorno. I will be rocking that.
Speaking of, Brendan sent me flashback to the episode we talked about Brendan wearing his dong sarong on his corporate trip. I have pictures of this, professional grade pictures of Brendan coming out of the water, dripping in water, and nothing but a dong sarong and a smile, and then him diving off the front of the boat. Majestic as shit.
When you say dong sarong, you're talking about a male thong, right?
It is. He's showing you a picture now.
It's a Speedo.
But it's not just a Speedo.
That's a low cut. That's like an Olympic, the old school Olympic Speedos that were.
But what?
Oh my God!
What pattern is it?
Holy, you got to be kidding me! They are Daisy Duke shorts
I got to see this shit.
with a Levi tab on the back,
Yes,
and I'm sitting here staring at it.
yes. It's amazing.
It's hard not to look at.
So
Enjoy.
Brendan is a truly great friend of mine. I will not post these pictures, but
Who zoomed in?
if you run into me and you ask to see them, I might be able to bring them up for you.
So you wore that in front of your
Corporate.
coworkers.
Yes.
Corporate, please. Oh God.
Yeah. Is that the one? Yeah, that's the best one. Coming up out.
I'm
on
seeing
the
it
water.
now for the first time.
Oh, man.
I don't know, dude. That dude's pretty shredded.
Did it move for you?
And we're talking about his dong sarong.
Wait, did Kenny Chesney just come up again?
We still need to get to that.
Yeah.
But so I am
You're
thinking
taking
about,
that. You are taking that.
Yeah, because it fits in the carry-on.
Yeah.
You know, the dong sarong doesn't take up room, and I figure if there's ever a place
Just wear it.
to
Over
wear
there,
a
you
Wear
will
it on
fit,
the plane.
You'll fit right in.
That's what I figure. I figure this is the place to wear Speedo, but it's not
Still
lose sight of
American.
the fact that
That's
I'm
an American
'Cause
Speedo.
That is denim, baby. That's
USA.
denim.
USA.
It's gonna be a good look. But so
Can't hide your wallet in there.
I was yesterday.
Anything. Can't hide it if you're circumcised in there.
I get it because it's so tight. Yeah, I get it. So I was out the other day, and we got a buddy Matt, and I'm telling him about the trip to
Yeah.
Italy, and he's like, man, that is awesome, and he makes this throwaway comment. He goes, make sure your passport isn't expired, and I was like, well, no shit, dummy.
Yeah.
Like,
Got that shit covered.
of course I checked my fucking passport. It's not
Do I
expired.
look like a rookie?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, but Italy's funny. If it expires within 6 months, they won't let you in the country. And I'm like, whoa, you do kind of need to back that one up because I was like, that's not accurate. I go, an expiration date is
Is the date.
it
Yeah.
expires, not 6 months prior. I go, that's a
Yeah.
stupid rule. And he goes, no, it's like something where there's certain countries in Europe that if your passport expires in 6 months, they won't let you in. And he goes, the
That's
U.S.
so stupid.
He goes, the U.S. does the same thing. Like, we won't let people in here if their passport expires in
Why?
6 months' time from
What
the
is the
date
point
we
of
travel.
that?
So I'm like, Matt, you're a dummy. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I do a quick Google search. 100% correct.
Oh, shit. And let me guess.
100% correct. So at this point, I start scrolling back through my photos to find my passport because I've taken pictures in the past.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Verified.
Yeah, oh, it's a fact. It's very odd. The expiration date, when converting to metric, loses 6 months. Somehow.
Milk works the same way.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So now I'm panicked, right?
Yeah, because you're.
I'm scrolling through. My passport expires in January. 2019.
Oh.
You are on the bubble, sir.
Yeah, that is a bubble team right there.
You run the numbers. I'm 6 months and like 10 days.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
When do you leave? What's your last day?
It's 6 months and 10 days from
That's
the
the
day
last
I
day.
return.
Okay.
God help you if you break your leg and you end up in a hospital or something.
So this is problematic on many levels because this is my math.
I've heard a lot
Yeah.
of stories about Mexican prisons, but Italian prisons are much worse.
Not if you have a dong sarong. It's like kryptonite to those guys. Oh, he's one of us. He smells like coffee and chocolate. Has he been drinking Rogue 2.0? Sorry, I just had another sip. It's the worst. beer.
delicious.
It's
I
so-
keep drinking
delicious.
It's hard to drink.
Oh, I can't stop drinking it because I'm a grown.
It's delicious. I'm about to grab my second one.
But now I'm very concerned because I am so close to the cusp of this asinine European rule. It has something to do with like the Shenghua province.
Except we do it too. You just said that.
Yeah, but they're doing it to me, not
So
America. What? I understand why we do it. We do it because people get a 3-month visa, and if they come in here and they stick around and then they ride out an extra 3 months, that's what it's for.
Is that what it's for?
It's to protect against visa overlaps. Like people might be able to, so they won't let you in unless you have at least 6 months because you only have 90 days on your visa.
But what's to say you still have 6 months? And I'm not that traveled. Okay, yours is a great example. Yours runs out in January, so you're telling Italy and the U.S. your whole plan is to go over there, stay for 10 days, and come back. Who's say you come back?
But that's their logic, right? So they want to see.
Who's say you don't stay for 20 years?
Well, because you're not supposed to stay past.
Oh, so that's how the rules work.
Oh, I get it. Once I'm in, I'm
They
in.
make the assumption that you're going to follow the rules.
But so they give yourself a 6-month buffer so that even
It
if
says
you,
no guns allowed, sir. Sir, turn around. It says no guns allowed. You clearly have a gun.
I'm nervous
Give
here.
me 3 months.
Yeah.
Because so this morning I called like the passport officials. I don't know who these people are.
Yeah, one of the first things you say to me yesterday is, I need your math skills. If this happens, and I was like, okay, yeah, that would be the date. He's like, okay, good. Matt and I have the same math skills.
Because Matt and I ran the numbers, and we came to the conclusion that I'm fine.
You had a couple beers.
So then I gave it to you. You did
Yeah.
it. And then I said, why am I asking Troy?
Yeah.
I asked your wife because
Yeah.
she's smarter.
She is
She's
way smarter.
And I told her, and I meant it. I go, you're the smartest person around here right now. Could you do this math for me? And she came to the same conclusion. So I'm like, good. Every abacus
So we're as smart
is
as she is.
calibrated. Yes.
Yeah. If we're going to extrapolate it out, yeah.
By default,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. So
Call me doctor.
I called the passport authority this morning, and I'm like, "Hey, so here's my passport."
I'm asking for a friend.
and I'm like,
Can
am
you
I
help
gonna?
me out with a calendar?
And I was like, "Am I gonna have a problem?" And she's like, "I
A
mean,
Mayan calendar?
she's like, I'm looking at it. I think you're fine. You're within the 6-month window, so you should be fine." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's like by like 10 days. Like, we a rounding error."
Yeah, because if we're just making up weird rules and numbers.
Yeah, like if it was
yeah.
7 months and 10 days, I go, no, look, it's very easy for any dummy to do this. But I've had people try to keep me out of a club when I'm 21.
Yeah.
They're like, no, dumbass, do the math.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, can you just run the numbers, tell me your thoughts? And she's like, I think you're okay, but if you want to be safe, then you
Don't
can
go.
come in and we can give you a 24-hour, like we can expedite a passport. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's lock this up. Where do I go?
Well, I
Like, I'll
didn't think
just-
that was possible.
$150.
Sure, they're going to charge you. It's one
Oh, yeah.
picnic basket and a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And then some blue
And
pasta.
blue
and you're in. And she goes, yeah. So let me look here. And she goes, there's one in D.C. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, that one's all booked up this week, so we can't get you in. And I was like, okay, well, is there a place that I can? She was like, yeah, no problem, actually. I've got you. I can get you an appointment 10 o'clock tomorrow in Atlanta. Like, what the? I need a fucking flight to get to Atlanta. Like, I can't just.
My passport won't get me to Atlanta. We just talked
Yeah.
about that.
Like, we just covered this, lady. Atlanta's the kind of place
I
where
gotta
people
switch
choke
planes.
out bobcats.
Yeah.
This is crazy talk. So now I'm like, damn it. So I call the airline because I'm like, here's the people I actually have to be worried about, right? So I'm like, what do you think? And she's like, oh yeah.
I'm
you should
assuming
be
all these calls
fine.
take an hour.
Nothing's quick.
Yeah.
Nothing's quick. My morning wasn't productive. And she's like, yeah, I think you're okay. And she's like, because we only require 3 months. And I'm like looking at the law going, all right, United, you got to pull your shit together.
Yeah.
Because you're clearly just breaking the law and shuttling people over there where you shouldn't. But she's saying that that's the number they're going to use at the desk. My fear is
The
still,
federal
though,
law is stricter than the
United.
than the plain law.
My fear, though, is that all it takes, I have to go through what? The check-in, like
Yeah.
do my luggage.
Departure.
That's the first person who's going to look. Now, if their math is off by 1 month, rejection, right?
Well, the good
stuck.
thing is
Are
the
you bringing
people,
a calendar with you?
I'm bringing an abacus.
Okay.
The good thing is the people
Both.
at that check-in are some of the smartest, most highly paid professionals in the whole industry.
So you haven't flown in a while. You're flying in a Pan Am era. Okay, that's what you got. They're bringing filet mignon out.
Where the lounge is upstairs. Yeah, that's how
Brings
I
back
fly.
memories of the Jerry Seinfeld rental car reservation episode.
Yeah. You take a reservation. It's holding the reservation. So I'm concerned that it could take this dumbass, right?
The minimum wage guy?
Yeah.
Who can't get any other job?
Could fuck up the math and go, you're not allowed on.
That sounds right.
Now I got to get a supervisor. I got to go through all this, convince at least the supervisor.
Next thing you know, you're on YouTube.
Oh, God, losing my mind.
Yes.
So now I've immediately gone from, all right, that 2 hours for an international flight bullshit, let's make it 4. Because I am assuming that I am going to have to deal with some bureaucrats between this and my seat, where I can finally get my martini and my filet mignon. We're flying Pan Am, Troy. And then I got to go through TSA. So that motherfucker has to look at it and not see a problem with the 6 month. Then I got to go. They check your passport again at the actual, like when you get on the plane. So there's 3 people. None of them can screw up the math because it only takes one to derail us.
Right.
And that last person I see, the third one,
Is going to be the one?
well, that's the person who sees different me. Because there's me at the very first sober. Then there's me at TSA sober.
Aggravated.
And then there's me when I get through TSA and have a bunch of drinks.
Hour and a half to go.
Rabid
And then-
Bobcat.
Yes, and then I'm the rabid bobcat scrolling in like,
Gonna get choked out by grandma.
what are you talking about? It doesn't check out. American. Do the math. Yeah.
Do the math, motherfucker.
Yeah, no shit.
So I have a
Use my abacus.
click,
Flipping
click,
tables.
click. You see that? 6 beads plus click, 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 10 days. Now you know. It's going to be very interesting because I need to get through the gauntlet of math illiterate people to prove to them that I am 10 days within the clear.
You just got to have the confidence,
I'm
man.
sure they all love Americans
Swagger.
over there.
Well, and then that's the other side, right? But
I'm getting on this
I'm not as worried when I get to Italy because these dudes have been making good decisions forever. Excess of evil, Mussolini. So I think we should be fine if I could just get there.
Yeah.
Then I figure the
You're
language
in.
barrier won't come into play as I'm trying to explain the 6 month and 10 day rule. Scusi.
Hola,
6,
adios.
10. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna go get the coolers. Hola. Adios.
I'm just gonna sweet talk them. I'm screwed, man.
Oh,
They,
it was
they
nice
all
knowing
speak
you.
English.
I'll
I'll take care of the bar while you're gone. Forever.
Respect. Respect. But I think that's my number one fear now. That it didn't even exist till
Yesterday.
Matt brings it up and goes, dude, you can't go to Europe, bro. Yeah, you're right.
Matt dropped that knowledge on you out of nowhere.
And if this had been next week or 2 weeks from now that we just happened to book this trip,
Yeah.
It's his fault.
I would have been screwed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to go. So, and it's still possible that I will just
You'll not come
hole
back.
up somewhere in D.C. and not tell anybody and just come back going,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Such a good trip.
I do not want to tell you.
That embarrassment.
I don't want to admit that I was so dumb.
Look at all these pictures I have of me in Venice and everywhere in the Tuscany countryside. Brendan, how come you're not in any of those pictures? Well,
Someone's got to take the picture, bro.
Yeah. I didn't want to ruin it, but
Couldn't find anyone to take
yeah.
the picture of both of us.
If I get through that, though, then I can get over there, and then we'll be good, I think.
Dude, will you be able to relax over there, or will you be worried about getting back the whole time?
No, because once that, like, getting over there is really all I'm worried about. Getting back, it's like, I
Yeah,
think
why
we're
get
fine.
back? Why be worried about that? Not like you have kids you need to get back to or anything.
I just think that it's easier for me to negotiate with America as an American than negotiate my way into Italy as an American.
You're probably right.
hey, Giuseppe, give me some blue pasta.
Dude, you should come with me. You're a translator. That sounds fantastic.
Take your picnic basket over there.
Mario. Hello, there's 10 more days. Don't you see? I got the 10 more days under my passport. 6 months and 10 days.
It's a
Don't be
me,
stupid.
Mario.
Come on, guys, be cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
I should be able to sweet talk my way through
Definitely.
this. Don't touch me. Wait, what?
What?
Sorry.
I was thinking Italian TSA, I guess. I don't know.
But pat him down again. He says he's got 10 days in there somewhere. I got the linguine in there. It's blue. He's one of us. You're like,
With the donks wrong.
would I have this picnic basket with this white and red? Come on, I'm Italian. What's it, gingham?
Yeah, gingham.
There you go.
That's the red and white.
Gingham.
We shall see. That's going to be the first hurdle. Then I get there, and I will be arriving at 3 a.m. our time after leaving at 5 p.m.
It's got to be some
our
serious
time.
jet lag.
I'm assuming jet lag is going to be a tremendous bitch, assuming I make it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll just stay up till 3 a.m. and just show everyone what's up.
So you won't be the rabid bobcat. You'll be the granny killing the bobcat at that point.
I could very well be the rabid bobcat by the time I arrive if I'm that strung out. I am worried about that. I've never experienced jet lag like that.
You should take some melatonin with you, man.
Why?
To
So you sleep on the plane.
Combat the jet lag.
But that works?
Yeah.
Doesn't that put you to sleep?
Well, it's supposed to help you
It's
achieve
supposed to help you
REM.
sleep, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You
it's effective for fighting jet lag.
You definitely want to sleep on the plane.
I
If you
guess,
can.
but I'm all jazzed up. I'm
I'm
already
not that-
downloading movies from Netflix. I'm probably going to stay up all night. Woo! Yeah, drinking Heinekens and get there and be like, yeah, 6 months and 10 days, you bitch.
That's jet
You're not
lag
even
is something
focused.
I'm not accustomed to. I haven't gone overseas and flown, that great distances. And when I hear about people that have these jobs where they travel constantly, I'm like, how do you ever get used to that? I mean, some people fly coast to coast, once a week or twice a week and fly overseas.
But coast to coast, 2-3 hours, I can deal with that. It's the
What is it,
it's a
6 hours
totally
over there?
different day flipped. Yeah,
Yeah.
6 hours. That's going to.
Plus
So when I get
staying
there.
awake all night on the flight.
Exactly. And then have to navigate. And when I land, I can't
Well, it
check
takes
in.
a few days to get right.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I mean, the first half of your trip you'll be all out of sorts.
And the first day I get there, strung out and tired, I'm going to have all my luggage. I can't check in till 2. I arrive at 9 in a
So
country
you're
where I
like-
don't speak the language,
Yeah.
filled with gypsies. And I'm going to be the guy walking around in a donks wrong in a sport coat and luggage.
Saying
Yeah.
6 months and 10 days.
And I'm staying 6 months and 10 days, motherfucker. 6 months and 9 days. I don't want to break any rules.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds
good
like
luck,
a good
dude.
trip, man. Yeah, good luck.
I
I
can't wait to
hope
hear
you
about
make it. I hope you make it over there. You don't have to hold up in D.C.
Where are you guys staying? You stay in hotels or bed and breakfast?
No, I'm really adventurous. It's all VRBO. I've negotiated with random people. We'll
This
see how
guy,
this goes.
this guy doesn't do anything easy. He makes an adventure out of everything.
Oh, this one's going to be an adventure. I'm looking forward to coming back and telling you all about
Yeah,
the
look forward to the
Fridays in
tale.
D.C.
What do the pictures look like of the places you're staying at?
Oh, they look good, but I recognize the pictures aren't fact. That's how I
Are they
I look
are they
at it.
houses? Are they what are you going?
Yeah, so the
Bungalows,
first place
rooms?
I have an apartment in Rome for
Nice.
3 days. That's kind of over by the Vatican.
La Casa de la Papa.
Kind of my translator. I'm gonna have to have you on speed dial. And they're
Sí, qué bien.
order me some wine and some blue pasta, please. Hand over the phone.
Wine and blue pasta.
Yeah, you just say it louder. We're American.
Poor favor. Hold on, what?
Yeah, just slow down.
And then we go out and we stay in a little little fishing port called Livorno for one night, and then we're just outside in the Chianti region. We stay on a winery for 4 nights.
Driving around there?
Driving. Have not rented a car.
Of course, yeah. Why do that?
So the problem is that Fiat makes a Miata. It's called the Fiat Spider 124,
Hell yeah. Take
And-
the Miata hat over there.
and I can't figure out if our luggage will fit in the trunk.
It won't.
So I'm having a hard time, but I'm refusing to pull the trigger on any other car because I want the Miata. And I was trying to
Why not
convince.
get a badass German sedan or something?
I want something very, very small, just because the roads are so
Get a
small.
Lamborghini. That's Italian.
Yeah.
Dude, for 17 grand, I can get a Lamborghini.
Aston
two.
Martin. Aston Martin.
You can get Aston Martins, you can get Ferraris, it's unbelievable the cars they will rent you over there. Oh, and apparently you need something called an international driver's license, but they don't care. But if you get pulled over, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So I'm also going to be
6
driving
months and 10 days.
not without an international driver's license.
Oh, Miyagi over there.
And I was trying to convince my wife because I was supposed to have booked the car days ago, probably months ago. And I'm still trying to convince her that the Miata is a good idea. And I'm like, it's cool. If we get some ropes, we can just strap the luggage to the trunk of the car. And she's like, we're not driving around Italy with luggage on the trunk. And I'm like,
Will she
you have
fit in
no
the trunk?
sense of adventure.
The old family
You know what?
truckster.
I like where your head's at. JR's got ideas. She is small enough to fit in the trunk.
Yeah.
It's got like 5 cubic feet. It's better than survival school.
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
gosh.
She wouldn't have to stick it out and pee through the trunk.
Yeah, just give her a little bit of
See?
light. She'll
be like, Italy's beautiful.
I'm so relaxed.
I could literally just go limp, and I was just staying exactly where I was in the trunk. It was perfect. Yeah, I got to figure that out. I have to pull the trigger on something. But she wanted a Fiat, and there's no luggage room in that either.
Yeah.
So, like, I couldn't get the big. So I'm trying to convince her we shouldn't get the Fiat because we can't fit the big luggage in the Fiat. But if we get the Miata Fiat, well, we still can't fit the luggage. But what a ride!
Yeah.
Because all it is the Miata with a turbo on it, and then they put Italian like design on it.
Are y'all like really packing light, like trying to just do like a super small
one
bag?
carry-on and one big old piece of luggage
Each or total?
total? Well, then we each have backpacks, but like
That's still
little
pretty good.
backpacks.
Still pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, it's fairly light. It's just that one piece of luggage needs to somehow
Yeah.
get in that Miata. Otherwise, I got to get like, it's like a Volkswagen Polo or something. You got all these like horrible little cars. It's like
I'm not good at packing light. Like whenever I go anywhere, I always overpack.
I figure I'm not going to look up to snuff anyway. Italians are like,
Yeah,
they look good.
designer clothes. Like
Yeah.
Save space on deodorant. You don't have to bring that, right?
Do they not wear a lot of deodorant?
I don't think they do, no.
Boom. There we go. 3 ounces.
Cha-ching!
I'm saving tons. I got to get my picnic basket in there, and that's going to be difficult.
That's got to be a carry-on.
That's just, could you
Carry
imagine
on
me
my picnic basket.
skipping in with my carry-on?
I could actually, yes.
JR's fitting right in. Glad to have you.
Who's this woman you brought with you?
Yeah, that's my beard.
Sister.
That's my beard. Yeah.
Well, I am hoping I'll be coming back with plenty of stories,
I'm sure you will.
and I hope the first story is
You
so
come
we,
back.
We
We made
landed
it.
in Italy. Yeah. I didn't know, man. There's apparently.
Yeah, that would make me a little nervous too.
Well, that's because you think your expiration date's your expiration date. Never occurred to me that that's an arbitrary
6
number that
months
doesn't
prior would be.
That's what we say.
I mean, that's a long. Like I get like a week, a month, but like 6 months. That's like really cutting off a good chunk of your passport time.
It's 1/20th of the validity of a passport.
Yeah.
5%.
Look at you.
Boom.
Not only is he a translator,
On
but
it.
he's running the numbers. I'm
Cha-ching.
going to have to show you my passport and my flight travel plans. You got to tell me if it's 6 months.
Rain Man. 6 months and 10 days.
He already knows.
6 months, 10 days.
He's absolutely official.
Gotta watch Wapner.
Troy, did you see your new Uber, the new Uber thing they're doing?
No.
Because I was thinking about this because when we're over there, they have Uber, but they only have Uber Black, and they're kind of looked down upon.
Uh-huh.
And so I don't want to like cause any problems. So I found this app where I can find cabs, but like it's like the municipal cabs just
Okay.
come. But at least you can pick them up and tell them this is where I'm going.
Okay.
And
So
at least
the
I
cabs
know-
are getting in on the Uber game.
Yeah, they have an app where I can get the cab.
Way to adapt.
But at least I can go, hey, I'm going here, and it should cost this, so they can't like completely fuck me because
So
I'm
it's
Yeah.
$46 instead of 26.
Yeah.
exactly. So
Right.
at least I know, like I'm going here, it's going to cost this, and they're like, damn
In
it,
theory.
he used the app. So I'm getting the app so I can deal with that.
Yeah.
But I saw that Uber has patented the way to find out if you're drunk before your Uber ever comes and gets you. So your Uber
I did hear
driver
a piece of this.
can
Yeah.
decide if
Yeah,
you're
this is
if they
interesting.
want to get you.
Yeah.
How?
Or not.
Tell me that.
So anytime that you give an app on your phone permissions, you're giving them a lot more information than you realize. When you're like, yeah, you can go see all that stuff. Basically, they're just tying into all the different corners of your phone to like build out your profile. So Uber has created a patent on seeing what you do with your phone, where you go. Is probably the first thing, right? So they know if they're picking you up from your home,
Well, I'd heard something different than what
Probably
you're going
not.
down.
probably not drunk. But if they're
Okay, so
picking,
picking you up from a bar.
picking you up Saturday night,
Which-
3 a.m., that's
So-
one tick in the could be drunk column, right? So now they're saying,
Shouldn't 99% of all Ubers just be considered probably drunk? Right?
sure.
Probably
and,
after 10 at night.
Why
Yeah.
would you call them?
Yeah.
Otherwise, unless
And
you're
some
leaving work.
amount of that is probably a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Like we're picking up drunk people. But they say that they can tell based on when your phone left the house, how long it's been out. So now you've been in a bar for 6 hours. you're probably pretty well drunk.
See, I'd heard that they had an algorithm where they were going to give you a set of questions to go through. Like after you try to call or before, you would have to answer certain questions, and how you answered those questions, they could determine how drunk
See,
you were.
that'd be more interesting.
See, I was thinking they'd tap
more
into like your
easy.
gyroscope or something of your phone, like if you're like walking drunk or
Wobbly.
something.
That's
Oh.
they said they were going to tap into accelerometers.
Yeah,
So
there
they
you
know
go.
how long you've been sitting
Big
in the
brother.
bar, how long you've been moving around in the bar, and they can use all of this to determine like were
the
you
microphone can hear how often you pee.
How many times you peed? Exactly. Yep.
yeah, like were you dancing all night? Were
Yeah.
you sitting at the bar all night?
Right.
Have you been sedentary for the last 2 hours in the bar? Like all of these things can go into the equation.
Were you
That's
carrying
crazy.
a blue picnic basket
Then they see
Yeah.
with white pasta?
how often are you texting? Like how often are you calling? What are all
Yeah.
the things you're doing? What
Are you
actions are
misspelling
you doing?
words?
Yes, that's exactly it. Are you fumbling through? Are you having to delete and go back? Are you having? And
Are you
there's-
surmising, or is this actually what it digs into?
This is
Oh,
how
this
I.
is-
This
yeah.
is how I read it. When I read through it, they were like, they're looking at all the permissions in your phone. They're taking all this data, and they get to put together a profile
But you know what's going to
and
happen.
go, this motherfucker's hammered.
You know what's going to happen.
Someone's not going to get
Somebody's
picked
not
up.
going to get picked up, and they're going to drive home, and they're going to kill someone, and then they're going to sue Uber
Yeah.
or whoever for saying, "Well, you wouldn't pick my ass up. I tried to do the right
I
thing.
called for you.
Yep, I called for you, and you
Nobody would pick me up.
you discriminated against me."
But basically, what it's going to do is just put a red flag on you. This person's
Why does
fault.
it have to be red?
They're going to put a pink flag on you, and now you get to. The driver gets to go.
Why can't it just be a flag?
Do I want it? I guess it could be with a big D on it.
Okay.
Drunk.
A big D.
Drunk card.
Happy F day.
I mean, the whole point is to get drunk people home. Like, isn't that the whole?
I guess they're. And
Do
I
you know
don't-
anybody who uses it, except for your random people who are traveling on business or whatever? Do you know anyone who uses it when they're not drinking?
I use it when I'm going out drinking,
A lot-
so I'm
right,
sober at
right.
that point.
But
Yeah.
your intent is to drink.
A lot of
Yes.
people. A lot of people use it instead of like paying a car payment just to take them to and from work.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, there's certain markets where Lyft has rolled out like it's like $150 for the month, and they'll take you anywhere within like a certain
5
amount
miles
of
or
miles
something. Yeah.
Yep.
from your house, unlimited usage.
So if you have to go downtown and pay parking, you eliminate your parking fee, eliminate a car payment.
yeah,
Wow.
so if you have like a
So-
5
Car
mile
insurance.
commute,
Car insurance, yeah.
Gas.
That's crazy.
it's wild. But this is opening up a whole nother level of Big Brother, and the one thing that was keeping us all safe. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned about that they're going to be.
I'm a Lyft guy now.
That's right.
Oh, look at that!
Well, you got to think there's going to be. I mean, I think the free market will adjust, and there will just be,
Cabs again.
a version of ride sharing where it's like we're only for drunks. Like we have vinyl seats in the back.
Yeah.
Like
That's
we
a tough
have a
sell
ton of
for the
air
driver.
fresheners.
We only pick up the worst of the worst. Need a ride from jail?
Hey,
those
there's-
cold- it's like
there's-
those cold
cushions,
leads, man.
Just a hard plastic seat.
That's right. You got to think. I mean, why not? Right?
Just a vehicle you can just open the doors and hose
Hose it out. Yeah.
Actually, there you go. It's all FJ Cruisers.
Yeah.
Spray that bitch down. It'll be interesting to see what really comes of this because they've patented it. They haven't released it. But Uber's trying real hard to revamp their image, and I wonder if this is part of that.
I don't
because-
think this is the right path, though.
I feel like
Well, they have a hard time getting good drivers.
how many good Uber or ride sharing?
Yeah, we're trying to get away from the image of creepy drivers, and we're just going to be totally creepy instead.
We'll be extra creepy on this side.
on the corporate side,
For
we're
the
more
sake-
creepy.
I mean, you got to think like there's a lot more positive ride sharing stories than negative, right? Even with
Yeah.
the
Sure,
the-
you only hear the negative
Yeah.
ones though in the news, obviously.
I mean, I don't
I
know.
use
I
it
don't
a
know the
ton.
statistics, but how many DUIs have gone down? How many
The
fatal
statistics,
car crashes have gone down? Like
the
it's a good thing.
statistics in areas that have it, I don't know the numbers offhand, but I've read them, and it's like mind-blowing
Yeah,
how much DUIs go down and fatalities go down.
Yeah.
In particular, in the hours when people are drunk.
Yeah.
Like in those late-night hours.
daytime hours. Huh?
It's
So eventually, when they have the AI driving cars, are they going to know when you're drunk too? And they're just not going to pick you up.
I guess AI
Yeah.
shouldn't care, right?
Right.
Well, then,
Computerized versus smart.
all hail our smart overlords.
Yeah.
That's welcome.
It's all coming to that. I mean, we're going to get there eventually.
I mean, do you care if they're
They
drunk?
got to.
If they don't ruin your interior? Ultimately, that's what it is, right?
It's all about the ruining the car. Yeah, because
Or
Stabbing
physically
you.
assault. Yeah, if you get extra stabby when you're drunk.
Violent.
you know
People
what?
get violent.
I didn't even think about that. But if you know you're picking up a woman and she's drunk, couldn't this be a way for an Uber driver then to profile so they could actually do harm?
Yeah.
Right?
That's
like
true,
if I'm
yeah.
a driver and I just start scrolling through, be like, reject,
hey,
sober,
that's-
reject,
that's a
sober.
valid point,
And all of a
yeah.
sudden it's like, there's the red
In
flag.
this rapey culture we're in now, right? Yeah.
But I mean, couldn't that be possible? Like this guy just preys on
Absolutely,
drunk
Harvey.
people. So, this could be
That adds
this
a-
could end up being horrible for
yeah,
Uber.
I was gonna say, man, this is not a good idea in my opinion. But what do I know?
You know a lot. 6
No.
months and 10 days. You know that.
days.
See, if I showed you my passport, I'd be allowed to go. Damn it, they better let me go.
I'd stamp it.
Respect, Jason.
Yeah.
Respect. Well, we'll see how it all shakes out. We'll see if I can use an Uber. We'll see if you guys are using Ubers when I get back.
Can't wait to hear.
Yes, the results are coming soon. We'll be talking to you guys in a couple
Yeah.
weeks.
Have
So-
fun, dude.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. Ciao. Is that
JR,
how you-
out.
I love it. JR's fired up. That coffee got him. What can you do? No, JR, thank you so much for jumping in again this week, man. We definitely appreciate having
Thanks
you
for
here.
having me. A good time.
Man, it's always a blast when you're in the house. So you're welcome anytime, and we'd love to have you.
ITPH.
I love it.
In the house.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
So thank you all out there for listening to us. We definitely appreciate you tuning in. Please do the Cincinnati Swap or do us a solid. Give us a rating, the 5-star kind.
That's all we take.
It's the only kind of ratings we want. Don't Fiona face this thing. Long story, but damn her. Her 1-star rating. It did make us look a little more legit, so hard to argue with that. If you got a topic for us, reach out to us at InsideThePalletHouse@gmail.com. We'd love to hear what you're thinking about. Or you can always find us on Instagram or Twitter at ITPH Podcast. Or where else are we? We got a Facebook page.
Facebook,
Look
Twitter.
out.
MySpace.
Look out for Troy's poll. Damn it, we forgot your poll again. I can tell you right now we are tied, Guy Fieri and Anthony Bourdain. 50-50.
50-50.
Right down the middle despite all the votes. It's crazy. Which one is the, I would say, more enjoyable celebrity fesh?
Matt said it best.
Fesh. Well, I'm going to punch
Yeah.
out.
Well, should
Matt-
we leave it up so we can get one more
Yeah.
vote to push it over?
Yeah, Matt said it best. He said, right now, it's got to be Guy, right?
Well played, Matt. We'll be talking to you guys next week. Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
I'm not even out of phrase, my